Mr. Douglas, a word with you, please. Come, walk with me, sir.
My name is Herod. I'm a telegraph operator. I have in my pocket a wire that just came for the United States Marshal. It orders him to place you under arrest.
Arrest? What are the charges?
Conspiracy and accessory before the fact of murder. They plan to extradite you to Virginia to stand trial with John Brown.
But...
Mr. Douglas, I am a friend of your cause. I know that Virginia justice will surely see you go to the gallows. I'll hang on to this message until you're safely out of town.
I have to leave for Britain next month. It's been planned for some time.
Mr. Douglas, go at once.
I'll make for Canada. Sail from there.
And go quickly, Mr. Douglas. And Godspeed. I must get back to my work.
Frederick, the women on the council know you've been fighting their cause for nearly half a century.
Yes. It's the men I'm trying to reach at that meeting. Many of them still aren't convinced that women must have the right to vote.
You really think you can change their minds?
Perhaps. I believe I've changed a few in my time.
Oh, Frederick.
Let us stop the war on the soil upon which it originated, and among the rebels and traitors who originated it.
Yes.
Organize yourselves into societies and communities. Purchase arms for yourselves. Learn how to use them.
Yes.
Let us not only be ready when called, but let us cast about for the opportunity to strike for the freedom of the slave, the rights of human nature. For we shall be called, and we must be ready.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for consenting to this visit.
Mr. Douglas, your reputation precedes you. We appreciate your efforts in recruiting so many Negro troops. Now, tell me your concerns.
To put it bluntly, Mr. President, our Negro soldiers are receiving inferior arms, inferior training, lower pay, and in other ways are being unfairly treated by the Union Army, and when captured by the Confederates, are murdered in cold blood. Mr. President, the Negro soldier is willing to fight and die in this great war. But he must receive some sign from this administration that he simply isn't exchanging one form of oppression for another.
Mr. Douglas, if this administration goes too far, we will bring down upon ourselves all of the hatred that is felt toward the Negro. This would greatly hinder our ability to successfully conclude this war. For we, both of us, have much to gain in this regard.
Well, let us pray that this family is never separated again.
Well, what happens now, Papa, now that our people are free?
There are papers that supposedly set us free, Louis. But in my heart, I fear the danger that the victory that you and Charles and 170,000 other black men fought to gain will be lost.
But Papa, President Johnson says that...
I fear Andrew Johnson is no friend of the Negro people.
Frederick, you mean we've been suffering all these trials for all these years for nothing?
Without the vote, liberty's a mockery. The Negro will no longer be a slave to an individual master. He will be a slave to society and at the mercy of the mob. It is the spirit of hate, the spirit of murder, a spirit that would burn a family in their beds. But one thing I know, and that is, there is no middle ground for us. We must either have all the rights of American citizens, or we must be exterminated. For we shall never again be slaves. Do you like it, Anna?
It's beautiful. Maybe a mite too grand.
Well, President Hayes wouldn't have the United States Marshal for the District of Columbia living in a log cabin.
Mr. Lincoln lived in a log cabin.
How do you feel?
About the same. What's wrong, Papa?
Nothing, my dear. Everything's fine.
What is it, Fred?
I met with President Garfield today. First, he thanked me for supporting the party. Then he informed me I'm no longer the United States Marshal.
Fred.
I'm to be appointed the Recorder of Deeds. Glorified clerk.
Lincoln never took a step backwards, but every administration since has. Papa, you're not going to take that job, are you?
Is there a choice? Our people's pride demands that a Negro holds some